Well, I mean, coming out of the game, we spent a lot of time watching film of it, and there were some pockets of play where obviously we felt progress was made. I think our ability to close the game, our ability to, we gave up a lot of lay-ins late in the game, and some of our coverage and our rotations were not quite where we wanted them to be from a fourth quarter standpoint. We turned the ball over twice. We had pockets in the fourth quarter where we had multiple turnovers, 2 in a row. We had played the game up to that point without any of those situations. That gave a transition team like Phoenix, an opportunity. So I'll be real honest with you. I had mixed feelings. I thought we played some good basketball in that game, but then didn't close with that. So it gave us an opportunity to talk to our team about it, gave us an opportunity to look at it. We're in a type of schedule where we're still about defining who we are in a stronger way. So it gave us a chance this week to kind of address some of those things.
How important is it to do better?
Well, it just reminds you how tough it is. I mean, there's a lot of teams of equality in this league. And what we've got to understand is how important it is for us to close situations, like that. I thought our ability to learn defensively, like our philosophy is a trust in what we do and making teams score over top of us. And really, there was only one play late that I felt where they just truly scored over top of us. Some of it was our anxiousness. We had a desire to play well, but our anxiousness and some of our coverages didn't allow us the philosophy that we kind of play to. So it gave us a chance to really take a good look at that and play from that. And then offensively, I thought we were fine when we valued the ball, but we didn't value the ball in a couple stretches. Had two turnover situations that we had to play that allowed them to play back at us, which in late game situations you just don't want to have. Well, we're still in a mode where we're defining our team. We really don't. We really have a situation where, we have another week of camp of developing this team, and we kind of need it, to be honest with you. I thought there was pretty good growth from the exhibition season to this game, but not enough to go on the road and get a win. So now we've got to value this time, as I told the team. Do a good job of moving this unit along, both offensively and defensively. Well, New York's one of those teams that's thought to be a potential, contender. So they will bring an offensive team that executes extremely well traditionally. They have a lot of firepower at different positions. Our defense will have to be very, very sturdy with them. I think they have great execution of the half court. I think they can score from multiple positions. I think they're still in a situation where their team's kind of like us, they came out of the gate with a loss to Connecticut at home. So they'll play once in between now and then. But they're a good basketball team. I think a lot of people feel like New York has every chance to win the East. So we'll play a very strong team. Well, I think obviously it's moving things along from the standpoint of your confidence level in what you do offensively and defensively. I mean, it's one thing to become a team that wins playoff series. It's another thing to move yourself along to the point that now you're in the finals. We're reevaluating what it means now to go be a champion from that situation. Every team but one's in that kind of pursuit. But what you look for, I think, is a consistency of who you are to a greater level. If the things that represent you as a team, can you play to those strengths? Can you minimize the weaknesses? Are you now in a situation to challenge adversity? Because adversity is going to happen to you, even in the playoffs or in the regular season, as I told the team. It's going to happen to you. But are you built to withstand it with enough confidence in who you are to move along? Well, it's about playing good basketball. If we make the same type of progress we made, I think, from the exhibition game on Tuesday to Saturday, then we'll be a better basketball team. And it's about how we find ourselves at that point. But most teams are still defining themselves right now. They're still working to do some things better. It wasn't like we didn't have pockets of pretty good play in that game, but we didn't sustain with fatigue. We didn't sustain at those high-level moments, I think, that as much as we would like to. So we continue to work.